2022 has been another big step forward for mobile games across iPhone and Android, as developers have used the medium to craft unique experiences, put fresh twists on familiar genres, and improve on established games with feature-packed upgrades. So here are GameSpot's 5 best mobile games of the year, as well as 5 honorable mentions that you can't afford to miss. The beauty of Marvel Snap is that it intelligently streamlines the appeal of assembling a deck of cards and seeing how it stacks up against an opponent. A free-to-play digital card game that draws inspiration from the mighty Marvel Universe, Marvel Snap manages to simplify the deck-building genre without feeling like a dumbed-down approach. This makes for an incredibly easy-to-play game, one filled with countless ways to win and complex strategies, thanks to the use of unique zones that add a wide variety of modifiers in any given round. With a flexible deck, some quick thinking, and a little forward planning, you'll soon find yourself losing hours of your time to a game that draws you in with its fine-tuned mechanics and slick presentation. The best part though? Each match is a digestible showdown between similarly matched players, seldom lasting more than a few minutes. In a fast-paced world where time is valuable, Marvel Snap is a delightful distraction that's always pushing you to try out new cards and tactics while you're on the go. In his 9 out of 10 review, Steve Watts wrote, "The advent of digital collectible card games has led to an explosion of different approaches to the genre. Mostly though, new games have adapted the fundamentals of physical CCGs. With Marvel Snap, Hearthstone veteran studio Second Dinner has reduced the collectible card game to its most essential pieces and reimagined them, creating a combination of systems that are elegantly simple without ever feeling simplistic." Some of the best mobile gaming experiences come from the unlikeliest of places, and it's a good bet that few people were expecting digital embroidery to be as captivating as it is in Stitch. The game takes the art of embroidery and uses it as a foundation to create a delightful experience that plays like Picross fused together with intricate stitchwork. It is delightfully easy to find your footing in, and with Lumen developer-like studios at the helm, the controls are easy to grasp and intuitive. But the real joy in Stitch comes from the breathtaking attention to detail on display. Every thread, button, and stitch is on full display here, and weaving them together into a unique creation feels blissfully relaxing as you combine your resources to slowly transform your canvas into a work of art. While there are tricky moments that will make you think twice before you make your next move, Stitch feels consistently relaxing and makes clever use of its touchscreen controls to deliver needlework catharsis. With games like Wordle reigniting a hunger for pure logical fun, we've seen a rebirth in games that test your mental might. Knotwords is a great example here, as while it may look like your standard crossword puzzle given a new coat of paint, it manages to put a fresh spin on one of the longest-running brain teaser activities still in print circulation today. A mix of word and logic puzzles, Knotwords kicks the traditional crossword clues to the curb and arranges the available letters into a knot that can then form valid words. It's a deceptively simple formula during the first few games that grows devilishly more challenging the more you play, and are forced to shake your brain for the right answers. It's essentially a more complex game for anyone that finds Wordle too simple for their tastes, and with an eye-catching design, a generous number of puzzles to work through, and an extra challenging mode for anyone looking to spend all day staring at their screen while every cog in their head turns, Knotwords is a terrific whetstone to sharpen your mind with. Imagine if Pacific Rim met chess, and you'd have a good idea of what to expect from Into the Breach. One of the best games on PC since its release back in 2018, Into the Breach finally made its long-awaited debut on mobile this year, with an advanced edition that throws an entire timeline's worth of extra content into the original's mechanized frame. It's still an elegant game of tactical positioning, situational awareness, and making some very hard decisions in the heat of battle, but enhanced with thoughtful tweaks and additional content that deepens an already thrilling experience. The sheer joy of cancelling the apocalypse with a rocket-propelled fist, or lining up kaiju in a row before you atomize them with a laser is still there, but the options for a deeper strategic experience, one with new squads, pilots, abilities, and modes, is on full display with this well-optimized mobile version. Whether you're using a tablet or a phone, Into the Breach shines on these smaller screens with its quirky pixel art and freedom to plan every single step you'll take in your turn. If you have a Netflix subscription, it's an essential download that'll keep you entertained for weeks and months to come. In his 10 out of 10 review, Chris Pereira wrote, "Into the Breach is a game of epiphanies and triumphs. By limiting the size of maps and the number of units and actions you have, it avoids ever becoming overwhelming, while still giving you a wide enough possibility space that your path forward is full of potential, rather than feeling preordained." All of this holds true in the new Netflix-exclusive mobile version, which controls well and never feels cramped, even when played on a much smaller screen than ever before. Point P offers maximum entertainment and requires just a single digit of interaction from you. Onwards and upwards is the theme of this game as you propel your bounce-happy protagonist through cleverly designed levels in an attempt to escape the gigantic maw below you that hungrily gobbles up anything of nutritional value that falls into its digestive abyss. To escape the blue beast, all you need is a downward swipe that propels your blob away from danger and into some nearby fruit that will calm the monster below you. It's an easy-to-learn mechanic that's also challenging to master, and with each level regularly throwing new obstacles at you, Point P remains a tense race against time as you climb toward the finish line. It's effortlessly charming and not too demanding with its simple one-handed gameplay, making this fun and vibrant puzzle platformer perfect for some cozy gaming on a cold night. In his 8 out of 10 review, Kyle Hilliard wrote, "Point P represents my favourite kind of mobile game. Bouncing Point P around is a simple, repeatable, and fun mechanic, and I never once had to think about currency of any kind. It can be played with one hand and is both rewarding and challenging without demanding too much input from the player. With its soft ending, it is clear this is not a game you're expected to play forever." Those were GameSpot's 5 best mobile games of the year, but there are plenty more great games out there, so here are 5 honourable mentions. Dicey Dungeons launched in 2019, but was finally ported to mobile in 2022. This dice-based roguelike from the creator of Super Hexagon is a fast-paced delight, with a soundtrack that you simply won't be able to get out of your head. As one of 6 giant dice, it's up to you to battle throughout a number of procedurally generated dungeons and escape the clutches of Lady Luck. Streets of Rage 4 is nothing less than a lovingly crafted beat-em-up that mixes rock-solid action with stunning art direction and a soundtrack that adds an extra touch of elegant violence to each blow. Managing to fuse old and new school sensibilities together, this retro comeback is easily digestible fun that doesn't overstay its welcome. What happens when you mix dungeon crawling with puzzles? You get Dungeons of DREADROCK, a game that looks like it was inspired by Game Boy Advance Legend of Zelda titles with its visuals. 100 dangerous basement levels await you in this quirky descent, with each puzzle feeling like a well-designed conundrum amidst some well-executed action. The idea of being able to play Apex Legends no matter where you are is a heck of an elevator pitch, and one that Respawn Entertainment pulls off with style. Bringing the core PC and console experience to mobile, Apex Legends on iOS is a polished showcase of Battle Royale gameplay that raises the bar for the genre on smaller screens. Constantly evolving and updating, this standalone game complements the bigger Apex Legends experience with great design, visuals, and competitive action. Sumaya won't grab your attention with its by-the-books gameplay, but it's the delicate art direction, touching story, and stirring soundtrack that makes this an essential purchase for iOS. A Tale of Dreams and the Deceased, Sumaya is a short but captivating title that feels right at home on mobile devices. So there you have it, our picks for the best mobile games of 2022. For our other best of lists, including best PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC games, make sure to check out GameSpot.com or YouTube.com/GameSpot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.